Hi folks, so just following on from the unboxing video of the Hunt 50mm carbon aero disc or 50mm CAD. This is hopefully going to be a video about setting up this wheel set with Continental's new GP5000 tubeless tyre. These are in 25mm. So as I said in the previous video, I had actually bought the Schwalbe Pro 1 tubeless kit, which has sealant and the tyres and bits and pieces. But I've always had Continental tyres. And that's what I wanted to go for again, so thankfully these came out. Throw that over there. So it's a tire. There's other reviews on these. They're not the cheapest tire on the planet. I can buy tires for my car cheaper, which I've never really understood, but there you go. Instruction manual. So yeah, I'm going to have a go at installing this, setting it up tubeless on the Hunt wheels. Hopefully it'll be a success. Hopefully. I haven't checked the specs on these. Like I say, there's tons of other videos out there on these tires. They're supposed to be less rolling resistance. They're supposed to be slightly lighter, I believe 10 grams lighter than the GP4000s, which I've had on. I've had several pairs of GP4000s, brilliant tires, love them. These look a bit different. They're blacker. The grip is this grip on the side here it's not as pronounced. It's quite shallow. Apparently it's called laser etched. And there's other bits and pieces with the tyre. They claim there's a new comfort system in it. It's got better puncture protection, etc, etc. I've been cycling for 4 years. This will be my 5th year. And I actually got my first ever puncture a couple of months ago. So I've been extremely lucky. The tubeless thing is not because I've had lots of punctures. I haven't. Like I say, I've had one. It's purely, I'm a big believer in early adoption. I'm probably not the earliest person to go tubeless on the road, but I can see the benefits of it. Less rolling resistance, in theory, no punctures. Now, I don't believe that's always going to be the case. But I just wanted to give it a go and see how it is. I'm planning to race my Canyon Ultimate, which it has discs. I hope to enter a fairly prominent 3-day event stage race later in the year in my area. So neutral service and discs might be a bit of a problem, so I thought the tubeless hopefully would have solved that issue. So yeah, I'm babbling. So let's get into hopefully setting these up tubeless. Let's see how we go. So we're going to set them up. I have the tubeless valves that are supplied by Hunt with the wheels. They have a removable core. The one thing I don't like is the fact that this ring to tighten the valve onto the rim, I would have preferred to see that with some sort of, I've seen different ones with a rubber on the inside, obviously to protect the surface of your rim. So I'm surprised these. I'll probably swap these out for something a bit better at another time. These wheels are already taped. they come pre-taped from Hunt. Hunt will also, if you want, they will actually sell you tires and set them up tubeless for you prior to shipment, which I was considering, but I heard the rumor that Continental were coming out with their tires, so I thought I would just try it myself. So what apparently I need to do first is find the valve hole mark, which is here, and then using excuse me, a sharp knife, make a very small hole. Hopefully that's it. I'm going to take the top off, take the O-ring off. Now apparently the mistake some people make with tubeless is they tighten the valve too tight, and they put too much pressure on it. There we go. It's quite nerve-wracking, this actually. It's nerve-wracking enough because it's my second YouTube video, but it's also quite nerve-wracking because it's the first time I've ever done tubeless setup, so not quite sure how tight that's meant to be. I've just done it finger tight, which apparently, I'll just do it a wee bit tighter. I'm just making sure that the valve is seated down. Okay, we'll leave it there and we'll see. Obviously the valve's just long enough, so that's cool. Okay, now for putting on the tire. As I say, I haven't had a lot of punctures, so I'm not the world's best tire changer, but here we go. Beauty of disc wheels is you know which side the disc's on. This is the rear wheel, so simple anyway, but with the front, same thing. So find the direction of travel is pretty easy. This, the direction of travel, it flows with the grooves. So I'm going to put this on here. There's a lot of rumors that tubeless tires are extremely hard to fit. It might be true, and I don't particularly want to use levers if I can avoid it. This is going to be tight, but it's going. But that's just the first bead. What's the second bead going to be like? Okay, let's line up logos, which aren't going to line up correctly because the Continental and the 5000 aren't exactly in the right place. That's quite annoying. The Grand Prix on these tires is it's there, but it's very, very subtle. The 5000 standing out more. Being slightly finicky here, but working up quite a sweat here. Okay, so I'm not sure which end is best with tubeless to go from. I'm going to go away from the valve. This is tight. I really don't want to use levers. I think I should have heated this tire up to 1000 degrees. this isn't as easy as it looks, so I'll come back in a second whenever I have fought with this. Oof, that was a workout. Hunt and Continental tires really need to have a conversation together. That was really hard to get that on. I didn't want to use levers, on my rims, but apparently it's not good to use levers on tubeless tires either, because the bead is so important. Needed 2 pairs of hands to get them on. So very disappointed in that, actually. Thought it was going to be easy. It wasn't. I'm going to have a go now and popping them up on the bead. I don't have a compressor, I only have my track pump here. So we'll give this a go and see if this is any easier than the first bit. So let's see. What's going to happen? Something's working. No pings, but we are inflated, I believe. So a lot of people add the sealant before they try and pump it up for the first time. But I've seen various, sorry, I'm just seeing where the levers have scored my brand new wheels. Yeah, I've seen various videos where people have added the sealant before they try and blow it up, but I've also seen videos where people have done it dry, which I think makes a hell of a lot more sense. So we'll class that as a success-ish. It's not fully seated yet. I can see that the bead hasn't seated properly all the way around, but I've only blown it up to 85 psi at the minute. Okay, so yeah, no compressor needed, floor pump straight up. Hopefully the front wheel will be as easy. So the next thing to do now is to let the air out, put some sealant in, and blow it back up again. So I'm just going to let the air out. Sorry folks, I had to pause that there for a second because I assumed that Hunt, whenever they're sending you tubeless valves with a removable core, would logically enough send you a valve key, but no, they didn't. Thankfully, DT Swiss did. So Hunt, maybe you should consider including a 10p valve core remover in with your wheels. Okay, so now the next step is to insert the sealant. So the recommended figure for road tires is, I believe, 30 mil. So to be on the safe side, probably put in 35. This is a syringe kit I got again from bike24.com. I think it cost about €10. It just, whenever you buy your sealant in a jar like this, how much do you know 30 mil is? You could just guess it. I'm sure mountain bikers just pour an amount that they're happy with. but I'll try and be slightly more precise. The beauty of this, it gives you two hoses. These are designed to later on actually test how much sealant's left in your tyres. You put it into the valve core, open the valve, suck out whatever's in there, it'll tell you how much. Obviously for the purposes of this, we're going to do the reverse. But there you go, finally. One road wheel set up tubeless. I'm not going to bore you with the front wheel. It's late in this Friday evening. I don't even know if I can be bothered to do it tonight. Not what I was expecting, I'll be honest. I was expecting a slightly easier process. I suppose the proof will be in the ride handling. The claimed lack of rolling resistance or less rolling resistance, and hopefully no punctures. So again guys, thanks for watching. If you have watched this far, fair play to you. The plan basically is to put these on the bike. It's still in the winter here obviously, but there's a couple of reliability trials coming up where I'll probably use these hopefully. And if I've got anything interesting to report, I'll be back. I might do a quick video on setting up the DT Swiss wheels with the Schwalbe Pro 1, setting them up tubeless. It'd be interesting to see if that's a different experience. Obviously all wheel sizes are slightly different and all tyre sizes are slightly different. There's no exact standard setup there, but hopefully in a year or two it won't be an issue. But anyway, for now, thanks for watching. See you next time. Cheers.